What's up, y'all? So today I have Kennedy here with me, and I tell them they can ask me whatever they want to ask me. If they hear something or if they hear me say something and they want me to elaborate it on a little more, no matter what it is, I have to answer. Okay, so I'm nervous, y'all. I don't know if this is such a good idea.
First question, why did you like Mr. Ace? Why did you start liking him?
What made me like Mr. Ace?
Mm-hmm.
He was really transparent, which means he was really honest. He didn't have anything to hide. That's what made me like him. He was honest. Honesty goes a long way with me.
I didn't think no one would like you because you had 3 kids.
Well, I mean, that's understandable because there's a lot of baggage that come along with it. That's a lot of baggage. Okay, your questions ain't that bad. I'm going to give you 2 more questions and then I'm going to bring somebody else. Next question.
Did you feel sad when Papa broke up, when Nanny and Papa broke up? And you have to...
Oh, God. Okay, so backstory. I am the product of a blended family. My dad is not married to my biological mom. So who she's referring to is, was I sad when my dad broke up with my biological mom? I was really young, so I really don't remember. I don't even see how Nanny and Papa was together. Like, I was young, so I don't really remember that. For as long as I've known, Granny and Papa have been together. So I can't say I was sad. Last question.
Why did you use to strip?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Wow. Okay, yes, I did tell my children about my past. Number 1, I talked about it on the reality show, so I had to make sure I let them know what was going on before they heard me say it on TV. So I did have a conversation with my kids about me being, I used to be a dancer. I did. So her question is, why did I used to be a dancer? I had to make a way for y'all somehow.
Like to get money?
Yes, I had to dance to get money to feed y'all, to buy Pampers. I could have asked somebody for the money, but my pride wouldn't let me. That means I just felt like y'all were my responsibility, so I had to get it any means. And I was waiting tables. I was a waitress, and that job it wasn't paying me enough money. That's why I started dancing.
It's good.
I don't know if I was ready for that last question, but I said any question, and I'll answer honestly and truthfully.
Oh.
This is Riley. Riley, say hi.
Hi.
Why you so dry?
Because she was on that iPad.
Riley is not concerned with nothing but her iPad, y'all. She's not even with it right now. Madison is probably going to ask me more serious questions. She's a little older, so I don't know. We've had a lot of changes in our life as it pertains to Madison, so I don't know what kind of questions are coming. Questions from the kids. Come here. Close the door. This is Madison. Say hi, Madison.
What up, YouTube squad?
Oh, God. Okay.
Squad. Why you didn't get pregnant at 30? 20 is too young.
Why didn't I get pregnant at 30? 20 is too young. Because I thought I was in love, and I was young and dumb and making really stupid decisions. Not that you were a stupid decision, because you weren't. You were conceived out of love, but I probably should have waited until I was a little more stable in life to get pregnant and have a baby.
True facts, y'all. Did you want 3 kids?
I mean, I was doing the activities to get 3 kids, so yeah, I can say no, but I wasn't being responsible and smart, so I had 3 kids. For those of you who don't know, I have 3 children, and they all have different dads. This is really, I don't know, I don't really want to talk about this, but My baby just asked me a question. How do you feel because your dad is not in your life?
I feel kind of sad because I thought he were gonna be in my life like Madison and Riley and Sita's dad were in their life.
Do you feel like you're missing anything?
I feel like I'm missing a dad. I feel like I don't see him enough a lot. Cause every time I see him, I get like scared. Not scared, but nervous because I only saw him like 2 times in my life.
Okay. I just want y'all to know this question wasn't forced or prompt. Like she randomly asks me stuff like that because her dad is not in her life. My husband is very much like standing in the gap, but so do you feel like you're missing anything or?
Yes, I feel like I'm missing like everything. You know how Madison go do stuff with her dad and Riley go do stuff with her dad? I feel like I'm missing that.
Okay. Got you. So because you're not doing stuff just with your biological father. Because Mr. Ace will take you to do stuff, but is it not the same? Would it not be the same? Is it not the same?
Yes, it's the same, but I wish my dad was in my life.
Okay, I get that. I do want you to know that it's like not your fault that he's not in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like grown-ups just do dumb stuff. They make stupid decisions for whatever reasons, but it's not your fault. And you ain't missing no love. You got love all around you. You know what I mean?
And I look at her husband as my real dad. But he's not. But I think of him.
That's all that matters, baby. Long as you don't feel like you missing out on no love, that's all I'm concerned about. I just wish my decisions in my younger years wouldn't have affected you now. But now that we're here, I have to equip you with the proper tools on how to cope with when you're sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be sad. I'm not going to say that. If you have a kid and the father or the mother, because, that happens, is not present, what I have done, I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, but what I have done and what's worked for me is to make sure that I'm not bashing her dad. Although a part of me, the ignorant part of me wants to. I'm just being real. The ignorant part of me wants to bash her dad. And you know what I'm saying? But I'm not the type of baby mama. I'm not doing a bunch of calling. I'm not hounding you down about something you should be doing. It's unfortunate because the older she get, the more questions she asking. And sometimes I don't be ready for the questions and I don't always have the answers to the questions. So I feel like instead of bluffing and BSing her, I'll just be straight up and upfront with her about stuff. I've never said anything bad to her about when it comes to him, but I feel like it's important for the kid because, yes, I have somebody in my life, but there's still a void missing. There's something missing for her. And say when she's older that her daddy decided to get his stuff together and she wants to, I'm not gonna be the reason why her dad can't come and start to develop some kind of relationship with her. That's not gonna be my fault. She not, because then she'll resent me, she'll hate me for not even leaving the door open for that opportunity. So I feel like in this time while he's not present, it's my job to just love on her as much as I can, have conversations with her, let her cry on my shoulder if she need to, and answer her questions. Like 100%. Like I've told her, it is because of my dumb decisions. My dumb decisions in my early years affected you now. But instead of crying over that like I used to do so much, I'm like, okay, we're here now, so what do we do? What do I need to do to equip you emotionally to be able to handle stuff? I feel like a lot of times as parents, like, we spend so much time on making sure our kids have all the latest things or making sure they're successful, you know what I'm saying, in a physical sense. But when it comes to equipping these kids emotionally, we be losing, bro. When I talk my husband's ear off so much, especially within the last like month, about these kids' emotions as they get older. Like, I'll make them sit down and talk to each other using words. Kennedy, you hurt my feelings when you said da 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 da. Riley, you hurt my feelings. I just think that's so important. Like, their emotional well-being is so important. Yeah, I want them, don't get me wrong, I want my kids to be successful in life. I want them to go on and be great. In this season of my life, I care more about them emotionally. I care more about how they treat people, and I care more about how they are able to handle rejection or sadness. Their emotional well-being is at the top of my priority list right now. And I think that's extremely important. Emotional well-being is extremely important. That's the bottom line for me right now in this season of my life. To some people, it might be doing too much to be having open conversations with kids as young as they are about anything, but I feel like that's what is working best for me. Like, I feel like honesty and transparency with them will go a long way when they're older. Like, I've never told my kids that Santa Claus is real and the Tooth Fairy, like none of that. They know the character, but I'm not letting Saint Nick take credit for for the things that I've worked hard for, like, all year. I'm not gonna tell them that nobody's coming out, because what if you ain't got no chimney? You lying. Like, stop. It's too many questions to have to answer behind all of that. So emotionally, I've been doing a lot of reading. I've been doing a lot of research as it pertains to my kids being emotionally stable adults. I don't think that happens enough. I think we place value on things and making sure our kids have the finer things in life, and making sure they grow up and they're rich, and making sure they grow up and they do this. You can have all of that, but you can be rotten to the core. Not saying that I don't want them to have all that. I do want them to have all that. I just don't want that to consume them. I don't want that to be their main focus in life. Like, you can't function without things, or you don't even know how to cope with rejection or like fear and stuff like that because you weren't emotionally equipped. I taught you how to manage money. I taught you how to balance a checkbook. I taught you how to pay bills. I taught you how to do all of this stuff. But I didn't make sure you're emotional. I'm not sending you out to the world emotionally ready. I think that's important. And that's where I am in life. My 7-year-old came to me and was like, Mama, you know there's 2 types of weeds? And I was like, what happened? What you mean? She was like, there's weeds in the ground, and then there's the weed that you smoke. But it's okay, Mom. I say no to drugs, so you don't have anything to worry about. I was like, okay. But my point is, hiding stuff from kids, these kids know more than we think they know. My kids know way more than I ever thought they know. I still say adult activities. I do not say sex to my kids. I say adult activities, because kids want to know where the babies come from. We not about to say no stork dropped them off, lies. I say adult activities. And so my 10-year-old's like, Mom, you can really stop saying I know it's sex. I was like, I don't care what it is. I'm still going to say adult activities, because I'm not ready to say that word to you yet, because you're 10. I'm not ready. But they know these things, and all it takes is a simple conversation to sit down and talk to them. My biggest prayer as of lately is to I want to grant my kids grace as they're going through their journeys, and as they are going through life. When they 18 and make a stupid decision, let me not be too hard on them and forget that I was once 18 and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Fresh out of high school, didn't know what I wanted to do. Let me remember that kind of stuff. Let me remember that, you know what I'm saying? I was stupid in love with a boy. So when they come to me, when they stupid in love with a boy and they get their heart broke, I'm like, all right, this is how you get up out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell them all day, this is how you avoid it. But I'd be setting myself up for failure if I didn't think that they weren't going to rebel and go down their own path. It's my job to guide them and teach them right from wrong. But I'm also preparing them so when they do bump their head, that they're not just out there. They're not out there bad and like don't know what to do. Because my world was upside down when I first got my heart broke. I want them to be able to come to me and make it a judgment-free zone. I'm not your friend. I'm still mama. And I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm going to put you all the way on game. But once I tell you something, once you come to me with an issue, if you're coming to me to vent, I'm going to let you vent. If you're coming to me to fix the problem, I'm going to try my best to do that. But I'm going to make it 100% clear. I cannot live your life for you. You have to live your life. It's my job to equip you with the tools that you need to live your life. After that, I have to trust that all of my prayers have worked. I have to trust that on the other side of whatever road they go down, that God is going to still keep them covered. That's all I can do. 15-year-old, 11-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, 8-year-old. Like, I know I still have a lot to learn on this parenting journey, but I do feel like I'm doing it the way I want to do it. I'm parenting the way that I want to parent my kids. And I'm going to screw up. Me and my husband, but we're going to screw up. We're probably going to screw up a whole lot. But all I can do is pray that God sustains me in my mind. So give me the right words. He'll give me the right words to say when my kids do come to me with issues. And He will keep me humble. And I will give them as much grace as I want it. That's it. So, like this video. This still feels really weird to me to be like this video, subscribe below, share it with a friend, leave a comment. Thank y'all for listening.